So we've grown from 30 people when I joined to 10,000 people around the world, and brand is still absolutely core to what we do. We keep fundamental teams really small, so my marketing team is really lean, and we're incredibly close to customers. So most of my team will be talking to customers every day in marketing, PR, social media, actually understanding what their challenges are, what we could make better for them. As a species, we tell each other stories. That's how we connect. And I think that any business, any brand should still be basing themselves around the narrative that they tell and the stories that they deliver. Stories have always been an important part of Octopus, from when we were very small to the size that we are now. Biggest company in energy in the UK, millions of customers globally. And it's about, what is your mission? Our mission is to drive renewable energy, the renewable revolution, create a big green dent in the world. And it's about understanding that mission, telling that story everywhere you go and through every touch point that you have with consumers. Marketing drives businesses. Marketing is the commercial function. I think sometimes corporations don't understand what it's about. My favourite marketing phrase is, the aim of marketing is to make selling superfluous. It's a Peter Drucker quote. And actually marketing is about creating something so perfect for you that consumers want it, and you just remove friction from having that experience. So for me, you can't build a business without marketing in the core, and I think marketing as the core of Octopus. My CEO, my gaffer's a marketeer, ex-Procter & Gamble. Has always been the way that we built Octopus, and will continue to be that way. And I think the most powerful brands are marketing-led brands. In fact, I was listening to a Rory Sutherland podcast the other day when he said that many great founders are actually marketeers. So if you look at Steve Jobs, he said actually Steve Jobs wasn't very good at code. At Apple he was a bit sniffed at because his code shit. Actually he wasn't a developer, he was a marketer. He sold great products. There's no point just having a great product if you can't get it out of the door. So marketing absolutely key to driving everything that's commercial within a business. Octopus is unusual in that we do all of our creative and our media buying in-house. I'm ex-agency, I'm a suit, and I have a creative director on my team. So we have been able to craft that experience internally. I've worked in brands who try and bring an agency in-house, and I've seen it not work. So it's not necessarily something that I would recommend. Agencies are hothouses of exceptional talent, and whenever I talk about this, I want to make it really, really clear. But actually what that means for Octopus is we are incredibly quick to market with any activity that we want to do. I can do digital changes same day. I could get a new radio out tomorrow if I wanted to. One of my senior designers works in the US, so she'll work overnight. So we have incredible speed and responsiveness to what's going on out there, which is really valuable for us. I believe that AI is a tool like any other tool. So 20 years ago, we might not have had emails on our phones, or if you watch the series Mad Men, there were no laptops in creative. I mean, I'm still old enough that I'll still occasionally do a creative scan with a piece of paper and a pen, and some of the youngsters on my team will be like, "You're a literal dinosaur," right? So AI is a tool like anything else. I use ChatGPT fairly regularly personally. It is all about the input that you give it. It's the good old briefing analogy of strap in, tap out, right? So I think for as my marketing team, I know they will use it as the brilliant tool that it is, and continue to develop it. Within the business, we use it very effectively operationally. So we have it built into our systems, so it supports our operations team. When a customer emails us, it will help them respond to the customer. There's always a human touch point in there as well, but it will pull content together very quickly. And what that does is it frees up our energy specialists to actually work on more complex problems with the account, rather than having to write stuff out. So again, a tool to free up and enable the human. I find brands who cross markets very interesting, and I think that's what we do in Octopus as well. So Octopus, we're not an energy company, we're a tech company. with an average of $2,000 revenue per customer per year, margin of a couple of $100 with a number of products that we promote to our customers, not necessarily just within the energy retail space. And I think that's quite interesting. And if you look at other brands like Amazon, like where have they started out and where are they going and where are they stretching? Amazon, Uber, let's not talk about Tesla, all that kind of thing. So I think, the merging of brands into across different markets globally, I think was always an interesting topic.